Right, so sorry for the disruption. So please, can you confirm if you can hear me now?
Yes,
All right, so are you ready to Michi?
yes, I am.
So I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Do well to, time in. All right, so you can get started.
Okay. Can you guys confirm you can see my presentation screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tumishe. I'm presenting on behalf of Teen Titan today, and we're excited to introduce you to Jackpot Plus, our product, which is an all-in-one relocation platform designed to help Nigerians navigate complex journey of migrating abroad safely, confidently, and successfully. Migration is a dream of millions of Nigerians, but it comes with few challenges. We face problems finding accurate visa information, trying to avoid scams online, and understanding the complex immigration processes, which oftentimes leads to failed immigration attempts, misinformation, and financial losses. Unfortunately, it is roughly over 25% visa rejection rates among lost to millions of Nigerians due to fake agents and countless immigration attempts. But Japa Plus is here to help change that. The solution we're providing is an all-in-one trusted relocation companion, which will be offering a verified visa information hub to keep users informed and reduce rejection rates. We have an AI powered platform, which serves as an AI eligibility checker to help users understand the chances before even trying to apply. Also, a moderated community to avoid scams and connect with real people with, like minds, and a visa sponsored job board to help users find opportunities beyond, you know, their country. And also there will be bonuses such as one-on-one consultation, progress tracking, and alerts. We are addressing a 750 billion naira opportunity in the Nigerian relocation space. We know there's over 1.7 million Nigerians that emigrated between 2015 and 2023, this according to a UN report in 2023. We know roughly more than 100,000 students study abroad on an annual basis, cut across locations between UK, Canada, and Germany, which is where our product will be servicing at the initial stage. We also know there are over 250,000 tourist and work visa applications that are filed each year. So there is a massive and there's an underserved market ripe for innovation here, considering our total addressable market. We know the problem is real because, like I alluded to earlier, there's over 25% rejection rates for Nigerian applicants, according to IRCC and UK VI in 2023. We do know there's several financial losses incurred due to this as well. Over upwards of 1.5 million on an average per user is being lost to misinformation and scam agents, and over 68% rely on informal sources. And informal sources such as Nairaland, Telegram, and WhatsApp, they dominate this group, rifled with misinformation. What's the market trend? There's an increase in migration demand and is projected to even increase further from 2023 to 2028. Migration is always going to stay. It's nothing to be fair. However, this high increase is due to economic instability and insecurity has driven the immigration rate. There's also been a digital transformation change shift in the migration assistance. We've been experiencing more people that want to, opted to be on uh, to prefer self-service platforms rather than, working with agents that charge a lot of a lot of money. And there's also been a high diaspora remittance growth in 2023, upwards of 2.9 billion according to World Bank. We've built JetPack Plus with our users in mind. We have a couple of personas that we've identified as key to our product. We have Toby here, who is a final year student in Lagos, with the goal of actually studying the master's degree in Canada, actually. And his core need would be reliable step-by-step guidance on student visa and admission process, and also be able to connect in a real time with people and get real-time updates. How we can help is providing that step-by-step visa guidance and documents checklist and giving a real-time updates on visa application processing times and policy changes, as we know, are pretty frequent these days. Also, Michael, which we identified as a software engineer, a working class Nigerian citizen looking to relocate to the UK on a work visa, struggles also to find visa sponsored jobs and really doesn't understand what the skilled visa work requirement entails. And we aim to help by curating, helping on our platform have a list of visa sponsored jobs in tech and other industries, and also offer a community of support for Nigerians already working in the UK, amongst so many other options. Also, a family trying to relocate to Canada on the next entry profile, overwhelmed by the express entry points and documentation, and also confused on what proof of funds are needed, medical employment clearances, and all those other things. We also will be able to help by providing a step-by-step guidance for express entry profile, a DIY sort of checklist to be able to follow through with their application and also connect them with other families in Canada. And lastly, Chinedu, which is frequent traveler, tourist looking to travel to Germany. Schengen visas can also get very tedious considering all the different requirements in European countries, and also doesn't know the best way to show strong ties to Nigeria, hence to help with this visa approval. So we'll be able to provide a clear Schengen visa guide, all curated in one hub, to be able to give him that document template that he needs to be able to actually better position himself for success with the application and help with flight booking and travel insurance and all those things. What our product will feature would be a Visa Info Hub, which will be achieving through data aggregation and API scraping, plus human moderation, and also an AI eligibility checker, like we alluded to, and also we'll be building a community forum within the platform, and also a job listing curated by partnerships and API scripts as well. This is a low fidelity wireframe we've designed, which is extremely high level of what the platform is capable of doing. However, the flow starts with the sign up page where the users prompted with an option to sign up either with a Gmail or an email option, and then they're able to choose the country which they will be of interest to at the moment, which could be obviously changed at a later time, either UK, Canada, or Germany. And they'll be able to also choose a goal.
Sorry to interrupt you. This can you just like turn on the present button? I can't really like see the slides.
So am I good now? I'm sorry, but this is still a little bit is a little bit faint, but if you can zoom in from here and it'll be a little bit clearer. Okay, so you'll be presented with a goal to either you try to study, you're more interested in studying, working, or immigration or tourism. And this will take you to a more personalized dashboard where you have the Visa Information Hub, the AI eligibility checker community forum, and job boards, which loops back to your personalized dashboard. This is an onboarding workflow, onboarding user flow that we have where we take the user through the sign up processes and selection of the preferred country and what the goal currently will be before before the next steps. From our survey, we were able to survey 15 Nigerians strictly due to the short time frame that we had to do this as well. And from our survey, this is what our user insight told us. We have 48% of the people we surveyed looking to study, and of that population as well, of that number, 32% were interested in work visas, 15 in immigration and tourism. Another important metric we tracked was where they get their current information from, which 55% actually gets from Telegram and WhatsApp groups. And a major pain point for a lot of people turned out to be the fear of scams. And also, most importantly, we tracked the willingness to pay. 40% of the people we surveyed only wanted our platform to be free. 45% also would pay an amount within the range of 5,000 to 15,000 to actually on a monthly basis for the platform that actually brings all this together for them. And another 15% shows 20,000 naira plus per month. However, just a side note to this, the survey might be skewed due to the population of the people, due to the demographic of the people that was surveyed with a broader number. It would definitely give a different outcome, but this is just some sort of validation that yes, people are actually willing to pay for what we have in the pipeline. This is what our competitive landscape looks like. Unlike your fragmented communities like Telegram groups or expensive agencies, Jaqua Plus offers a verified data, AI tools, scalable platform that builds trust. Our competitors lack the edge in combining the tech, the trust, and community all in one place, which is what we typically offer. We consider our direct competitors obviously to be the visa immigration consultant firms, the agents, and also online communities, which are WhatsApp and Facebook, Telegram, and the sort. But we are able to combine our verified data through API scraping and AI eligibility tools, and also build trust with the community that we're going to develop on the platform. How we make money. We've opted to go for a freemium model. The rationale behind this is to reduce barriers to entry while also driving adoption within the platform, and then gear users towards a more premium um, offering along the way, they will have access to advanced and more personalized features. Also, we will be making money through affiliate commissions by partnership with like test prep bodies such as IELTS, booking flights, taking a commission out of the booking, and consultation services as well, which would be a one-on-one consultation with verified experts in the countries that people will be looking to travel to. And also ads will be allowing targeted ads on the platform within the range of 750 to 1.5 million per post and campaign. This is a business flow chart that shows exactly what I just mentioned on a very high level as well. And our go-to-market strategy, a user acquisition strategy.
Sorry to take you back. Can we
Yes.
have a better look at the flow chart? Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks.
Perfect. Okay, so for the flowchart, just to give you a high level as well, like I initially mentioned, we will be following a freemium model with being able to convert those free users to premium users, which will have access to more advanced features such as the AI eligibility checker and also discounts on partner services such as IELTS test preps and the likes. Revenue streams comes from affiliate commission models, sponsored ads, and consultation services. Affiliate commissions will be coming from IELTS, and test prep partners, flight booking, travel insurances. Sponsored ads targeted towards schools and relocations, relocation hubs and travel agencies at the same time as well. And one-on-one consultation would be done with verified experts in the industry. Like we know some countries actually have licensed agents that are actually able to help with immigration consulting. So those are the people who will be strictly on the platform, and also a document review package with, I think I alluded to earlier on, at 50,000 per review. Am I good on the slide? Can I move on, or you still want a minute? Hello?
Hi,
Yeah,
Timishi.
please go ahead, Timothy. Thank you. Very clear.
Okay.
Okay, so your time is up. You can continue.
Right. Okay. So I'll just run through this on a very high level. So our go-to-market strategy will be through strategic partnership, influencers, and community building locally. And this is what our roadmap looks like. Within the our first 0 to 3 months, we'll be launching with an MVP with the visa guides and community forum. And in the phase 2, we'll be launching our AI platform and job listing boards. And in the last phase, we'll be looking at expansion into other countries and forming strategic partnerships. This is what our financial projection looks like in year 1. We aim to have a revenue of around 90 million from premium subscriptions, and in year 3, upwards of 2.7 billion naira in premium subscription, considering a monthly average user of 10,000 in year 1 and 150,000 users in year 3, with a premium conversion rate of 5% and 10% respectively. And yeah, we alluded to this earlier on. It's a high growth, it's a revenue potential of around 3.4 billion naira by year 3. We have a recurring diversified revenue income stream that's a path to profitability, and we're serving a very huge market. The funding allocation is as follows. We want to allocate 60 million to product development and 45 to our marketing and acquisition, and the remaining towards legal operations and other contingency plans. And this is what our success metric looks like. Our North Star metric would be successful relocations facilitated. We want to facilitate around 1,000 successful relocations within our first year. And the second year, around 5,000, and upwards from there, around 15,000 by year 3. And how we're going to be measuring success, the key metrics we will be tracking will be first our North Star metrics, which I alluded to earlier, 1,000, our monthly active users. We want around 10,000 in year 1 and by 150 by year 3. We want to check the AI eligibility runs and expert booking consultations as well. And that is the end of my slide. My team is Uime, John, and I am Timishi. And thank you, and I'll open up for questions.
Well done, Timishi. He's going like
Thank
turn on
you.
your
Can I do what?
Can you turn on your video?
It's really dark where I am. Like, I'm really early this morning. It's 4 a.m. here.
All right. So for the next team that will be presenting, I want you to turn on your video. All right. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be calling the judges, give their feedback.
Yeah, and sincere apologies for my voice. I have a horrible sore throat.
I'm sorry about that. So Kubrat.
Hi, Missy. Nice presentation, Mishi. Missy, just to confirm, is this the point where we ask questions or just to
Yes, you
provide
ask
general?
questions. Yes, you ask questions.
I have a couple of them. All right. Thanks so much, Mishi, for the brilliant presentation. I think, yeah, you are trying to solve a very pressing problem, right? And the problem definition, the presentation is clear, problem statement and everything. We have a couple of questions. We'll just take them one after the other while you answer. So while we're still on problem validation, how do you plan to sort of differentiate you? So let me take it from the user angle. I get the whole limited time frame and inability to get quite a number of respondents. But it's clear, right? There is a problem. There is also some potentials there, even with the 15 users that you have validated with. With regards to customer or competitor research, how do you plan to like sort of differentiate yourself? Because believe me or not, I know we throw around that buzzword, AI and all of that, to drive this change, which makes it a lot better than what exists in the market, right? But your customers' pain points, one of their major pain points is scam, right? Which they've expressed. So in terms of this, how do you plan to solve that problem, and how do you plan to differentiate your product, especially with regards to the pain points that you have pointed out?
Or that's a very good question. And like the survey data actually, showed us as well the major concern is CAD. And what what drives this scams is people leveraging other people's lack of understanding. And from even on a personal experience, the reason why a lot of people don't actually read through a lot of the immigration websites is because first they don't have time, and second, they really don't even know what to look for. Right. So they're able to really lure you and cajole you on things that they know that you're not even going to verify or check, and then, prey on your ignorance. In that sense, a product actually differentiates by combining a verified real-time information that will be stripped through APIs and also an AI power eligibility checker. Right. So on a very high level, if people have the opportunity to actually check how visible the immigration path would be, but just by inputting a couple of information on their on the platform, it can easily tell you, okay, you need more work to be done, or the case is quite specific. You actually need an immigration consultant, which it could link you up with one of the verified experts. But what I'm just trying to explain here is it's a combination of a verified real-time information and also AI-powered eligibility checker and a moderated community all in one platform. So the way we differentiate, unlike groups like Telegram groups or expensive agents or WhatsApp groups, it's more of a self-service solution that would help reduce those visa rejection risks, majorly trying to mitigate those initial risks. And mind you, we're not positioning ourselves like this is what you need to actually get your visa. However, this is what you need if you want to do this yourself and get the right accurate information to help you actually get your visa. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah, it does to a large extent, and very good one at that. So you are like so an expert coming to them with all those handful of information, right?
Right.
Trying to get them to where they're going to. Make sense. However, riding on that, I think my major problem with that is so considering the whole landscape, right, of scam and everything, how do you get them to trust the brand, right? To trust that what you're bringing is not a scam, is different from what they've seen, it's authentic. How do you get that buy-in from your users now? How do you get them to?
I think the initial stage would be where we try to build that trust. Trust is definitely earned, is not given out, regardless of what the platform actually does. So the way we help to actually build that trust is through the community within the product itself. So sharing the success stories of people that actually use the platform and actually had even the most minute of success, just like, just really understanding what an express profile actually means, or what a skilled worker visa actually means in the UK. Those are the type of success stories that we actually want to put out there to potential users, so they actually know, okay, there's a bunch of information out there. However, the platform has been able to dumb it down so that I'm able to actually really understand what these processes are and what I actually need to be able to do this thing. So we're going to leverage the power of the community to actually drive the success and drive
Mm.
trust within our platforms. Does that make sense?
Makes
I
sense.
think John actually has something to
To heart. Okay,
add to that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so good morning. Another way in which we tend to build trust is by getting endorsements from the right authorities. Now, it's something we are sure of. It's not like we are coming to do a trial and error kind of stuff. So it's something we are sure of. We're going to be getting endorsement and recommendations from even immigration. And then we're going to partner now in countries like Canada. They have a verified and documented agents that the country approves. So we are going to be getting all those approval. So if Nigerians or if a user sees that this particular app is endorsed and verified by the government, it has certificates to show that it's in partnership with a lawful considered authority, then I don't think they're going to have any fear to trust the brand.
That makes so much sense. Thank you so much for that addition. Because that was where I was going to like recommend that while I did not see that part in the whole presentation, the go-to-market strategy or your plan to go to market, it would be helpful, right, to get trusted organizations like you've mentioned, to believe in the product, endorse it, and that would be trust with the customers. Another thing would be like other forms of marketing, like influencer marketing. People believe and trust people that influence for them. We've seen a couple of problems here where, the likes of Davido and all these big shots tend to endorse a product, even though most of them or some of them ended up being scams. People bought into it, right? Because they already have this influence over those people. There are a number of other strategies, referral programs, like just ensuring that for the first version of this product, or people are able to tell people about what you're building or what you have built and get something in return. Believe me, word of mouth goes a very long way. So I think that part is missing from the presentation, and it will be helpful to tidy that out, the go-to-market strategy and plans for that. I don't know, Missy, do we still have time? Because I still have a couple more questions, like 2 of them that I would love.
Yes, please go ahead.
All right. All right. So on monetization, your monetization strategy is very interesting. I really like the fact that you thought it through and put them into different buckets, right? To, get the different kinds of users. So I have a couple of questions on that. One is, how do you plan to move people from the freemium model to premium? Believe me, Nigerians love freebies. So when you come with that freemium model, they will be happy. Yeah, on board, your adoption rates will skyrocket and everything would work. Especially if you merge this with referral program and some other gamification methods, believe me, you get that number. But when you're trying to move them to premium model, that's where the problem comes in, getting them to pay some, right? So what's the plan to move people from that freemium to premium and ensuring that there are no drop-offs?
Okay, great question. The yes, like you said, like it's usually a hustle to move people from free free offerings to paid. But what we want to leverage is we want people to get comfortable with the platform and actually sense the value in the that the platform offers. So it kind of feels like a natural transition. It kind of feels like the next thing you have to do is to really pay. Right. So we don't want it to be forced. We want it to come naturally to people. Right. So we're offering the information hub and the community access for free because we're trying to break a barrier of misinformation and scams right? So we're offering that for free to our users, and then the AI eligibility checkers, the visa application guides, the personalized dashboard and job listings all will come with the premium offering. So if you're able to actually digest the content on what you actually need on the platform in terms of, take for example, someone's trying to go to UK on a skilled worker visa and goes on the platform, gets all the information he needs about the skilled worker visa, but yet still isn't sure on how to proceed, or kind of needs that consultation in quotes, but doesn't have that money, obviously, right? For 15,000 per month, you're able to use the AI eligibility checker to really check your situation on a day-to-day basis. So if you have the right documentation, you have the right proof of work experiences, you have the right amount of proof of funds, you're able to run this through the AI checker, and then it gives you like a recommendation on the next steps. And this recommendation actually kind of gears you either to gears you back maybe to the consultation services where John alluded to as well, with the partnerships that will be forming with those verified consulting experts. So my main point here is we want it to be a natural flow. We don't intend to force people to actually go to the paid model. That's why we have a more robust monetization strategy where we're not only relying on the premium subscription, but also we have affiliate commissions and sponsored ads as well, and also consultation services on the platform. I'm sorry, but it's because, really didn't have so much time to flesh this out, but yeah, I could have gone a little bit deeper into each of them.
Yeah. Makes sense. Perfectly captured. I think the more the merrier, right?
Right.
The more revenue streams you have, the better for the business. But for the premium subscription, I think OP is a perfect example of how you can transition people from freemium to premium without them just feeling anything or like adopting it with an open hands. And the way you can do that is to ensure that while they have access to the basic things, features, right, then they need to get from point A to point B before they can get that advanced, feature that takes them to. So, for example, you spoke about the consultation and the other things. So there are instances where you just table these things to people, let them see the true picture of. So when you're on freemium, this is what you get. Do it yourself, right?
Right. Yeah.
We give you all the sample of information and everything. You go through the hassle of, writing your own statement of purpose, writing your letter, and doing all of this. When you get to this point that you're making payments, we do all of this for you. We have consultants with particular, maybe 90% success rates that have done this in the past. Believe me, nobody wants to go through that hassle of writing everything themselves when they are looking at a 90% success rate somewhere for just 5,000 naira. So you just make them see that value proposition for why they need to get on premium. And that way it will be very easy to, bring them in. Why I love this model is because it makes sense to get people in. See the way OP lured a lot of us in. There was the transaction free, fee free, right? There were cashbacks. There were a lot of other things. We're not paying a dime to get our card from the comfort of our home. And everything was just making so much sense. Now they're charging 1,500 for delivery of card. Nobody's mumming or, saying anything about it. They are charging transaction fees and it's just fine by people because they have moved and shown us that, okay, there is value in this thing, right? So yeah, that's a very good one to also consider. I think another thing I wanted to ask is, have you guys considered like data monetization in itself as an alternative revenue stream?
As of now, no, that's not part of our revenue stream, at least at the onset, because we obviously want to gather data first. So that would be something we will include in the, in coming years. Yes.
Makes sense. All right. I think my last question is around MVP scope, right? I see that the MVP, it's perfectly captured, and you also showed how you want to move from MVP to the next phase and advanced features. However, what I did not see are the kind of features that you want to go live with, right? What's the plan? What are those key features that you want to, go live with in the MVP stage? It would be nice to have that, right? Alongside maybe a detailed roadmap of how you want to move from point A to point B and C, as you've shown.
Right.
I think finally, from me, the other thing, now I've forgotten the last point. But it was around this MVP thingy, but yeah, it's not coming to me right now. But yeah, overall, great presentation. And okay, I think I remember around acquisition strategy, right? On how you want to get people in. So I get the partnership aspect of things, affiliate marketing, ensuring that you have the number. But when this growth, what if the organic growth is slow? Do you have any like contingency plans on how to, move from there if the organic growth is not coming forth?
Yes. So if organic growth is slow, we're definitely going to leverage more of our. So I want you to see this rings like other priorities. Like we want to grow internally first and majorly, like you alluded to, organically, right? So if that doesn't actually grow the way we expect it to grow, we will be leveraging partners. Like John also alluded to, like once you have those verified experts on your platform, those will drive growth organically as well. And also it won't be free to get them on board as well. So we're going to be leveraging partnerships, referral programs, and I think you alluded to that earlier on in some of your talks as well. And then we're going to be leveraging a lot of marketing campaigns, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and to really drive adoption.
Yeah, well, I think those are still organic though. So those should like be part of the go-to-market strategy. Yeah, it's still sort of organic. We're trying to get people directly, right? Leveraging one or two partners or programs that you have. Still organic growth. So
yeah, so that was just on the partnership side, but we will still be able to, do like targeted marketing campaigns on social media to be able to actually get more people on the platform. Right. I don't know if that's where you were I don't know if that's where you're taking this.
Yeah. Yes, it's part of it. Like just trying to and like sort of explore other option outside the partnership thingy.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably even like leveraging what competitors are doing, thinking about strategic alliances and product offering expansions, whatever it is, just to ensure that, okay, if this other path does not work, we have all of these other things in place, to get it moving. So, that's that. I think finally, just riding on acquisition strategy is, for me, the other side of the flip side of it is retention, right? Seeing that most of your customers are going to be one-off, because I can't jackpot twice, right? Except for the vacation packages and all of that, where people tend to go and come. But for the real jackpot, right, around just moving abroad, your customers are most majorly one-off, right? So what's your strategy around retention? How do you plan to ensure that you have users back? You just don't have 1,000 users this year, and half of them have been able to successfully relocate, they're left with 500 and trying to, scalp for users and again. So how do you ensure that you have users you get them to keep coming back?
Okay, so could you repeat that? Okay, the question was like, how do we actually help people stay back on the platform, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
So they
so
don't just
yeah,
tap and leave your platform. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, right? So yeah, for sure, you only get to jackpot once, but at the same time, we're trying to why churn is it's a valid concern. We're building a community here with the
Mm,
platform. So we offer part of the offerings is, job networking and community building on the platform to help with, some sort of like relocations and all those things, right? So the way we're seeing it is even out after you're done leaving the
mm,
the the country, let's assume that's your goal, that might not be the end of the relationship, right?
mm,
So the value will still be deriving from our customers will still be there because if you're still able to build that community within the platform and keep you engaged with the community that we've been able to build, you will be able to actually still leverage all our other monetization strategies. That's where those actually come into play. So now those customers, we're not seeing them as a more sort of conversion or keeping them on premium basis, but then those are the people where they can actually benefit from a lot of our, targeted. And if I can go back to the slide, like, um, yeah, targeted content, and ads that will be having on the platform could leverage a lot of all the bookings and travel packages that we have. Those will still be accessible to the users on the
mm.
platform. So I think that my team as well have something to chip in on this.
Yes. Hi, John. Hi, Rene.
Okay.
Hi, Emisi. I am Tumishe and everyone on the call. First of all, I just want to apologize for joining late. Yeah. So we're having a roadwork today at the office and I was supposed to distribute t-shirts, so it came late. Just to add to what Tumishe said about the retention. So if we look at this the slide already, the part, this product on its own, it's called Japa Plus. So the plus aspect of it, after you move your relocation, one of the way we can also retain them is whenever maybe secondly we only captured like 3 countries or so. So we other models upgrade will come up where we can also include other countries, meaning that it doesn't have to only serve those migrating from Nigeria alone. If you also want to go for vacation in other countries after you might have relocated, I mean, this platform will also help serve as, give you a first-hand information concerning what is required in other countries. Like for a tourist visa, you want to go on holidays with families, so this will also help, and that way we can also still retain our customers.
Yeah. That's perfect. Makes sense. I think what did it for me was also the community engagement. There is nothing like a great community, right? Where they have that sense of purpose or sense of belonging. So that will, to also drive stickiness. I think the gamifying the whole process, before onboarding, during and after they are on your platform would also drive stickiness, right? Where they, there's just something to gain at different points in time, whether through referrals, through just all this normal point-based, whatever bonus you have done this because you have gotten to this level, you have opened, another kind of opportunities. Maybe you say one-time access to airport lounge or your next travel because you have done this and that, some of all those other gamification methods would also help to keep them, on your platform, even after
Engaged, right?
have left. Yeah. Well done. I think that's it for me overall. Very great speech. Well done to the team.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kubrad.
Thank you
Well,
very much.
do you have any comments you'd like to share?
From us or the facilitator?
Hi, John. Your hands were raised.
Okay. I think Oyime actually captured it. I wanted to speak on the fact that yes, the first part is the Japa part, and then the plus part is what we're going to use to. That's why we named it Japa Plus. So even after you leave the country, the plus part is the part we're going to use to help the people, like maybe to retain people that would have left the country. So that is also what I wanted to point out.
All right, thank you so much. I think we're going to move to our next panel. Ebon. Hi, Ebon. Yes. Hi,
Hi, sorry, I was trying to unmute myself.
all right.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
I can
fantastic.
hear you.
Yeah, hi guys. Good afternoon. Sorry, morning rather. I think that was a really brilliant presentation from your team, Titans, led by Tumisha. I think that was a very well thought out um um well thought out presentation. Very obvious that a lot of thinking, a lot of work went into that. So like John Yume and Tumisha rather, very well done. I really love the fact that it is very, very data driven, which is really, really good. I think that in itself already makes a case for why you guys want to do this. I'm not going to say too much or ask too many questions, but can you go back to the screen that talks about the reason why you're doing this and the pain points and all of that? I know you've been talking for long, so I'm not going to hold you back for too long. So like the pain points, talking about the scam and all of those things. Yeah. It's very interesting that while you were speaking, it's very interesting that you put a lot of focus on the scams as being the why that is driving this. I understand that scams exist. When I think very broadly, and in fact, one of the things that really makes this very, very good is the fact that you're targeting it's the jackpot industry is very broad, but within the jackpot industry there are a lot of audiences, right? So from like the people that are going for school to people that are relocating to people that are going for like leisure and like business things. Like it's a very, very like broad opportunity, which means that monetization can look like so many different things, right? But it's also very interesting that the focus is on the scam, right? Most people many times, whether it is booking a flight or applying for their visas or doing their school applications, most people always use, an agent or an agency. And the question is why? Right. I think that number one is the huge reason, right? People use agencies because there's a fear of failure, right? And the fear of failure is either because you've seen people who have either failed continuously, particularly with America, or you know you just don't have enough knowledge, right? And because you don't have enough knowledge you can't apply, right? And there's so many stories that I even know, like personally, right? So I think that the fear of failure is one of the big reasons why people need help, right? And I feel like one of the quickest ways, like your product doesn't even need a lot of um a lot of you don't have to do too much to sell it. One of the biggest ways to sell this thing is through success stories, right? So one of the things that, in fact, even without even, I love something that Tony Olaseyinde once said, that whenever you're trying to solve for something, the very first step is to think about what is the simplest way to solve for this. So
Mhm.
forget the tech and forget the AI and everything. What is the simplest way to solve for it, right? Because behind the tech, there's a business that actually runs, right? So, and what people are looking for is success and need to do this and succeed. So you need the success stories, which means that even before you even decide to go to market, you can already have your success stories. Find people off platform
Right.
that want to, because you already have the experts and you already have the consultants, right? Oh, you need to get this done, right? Do it for them. Gather their success stories. That on its own is going to give you the public trust that you need even before you do anything. That already puts you in a solid standing. I mean, there's so much that there's so much stamp that the government can put. People even don't really even trust the government, right? And government
Mhm.
agencies, right? But when you have success stories, that in itself is all the word of mouth that you need. So I think that in terms of like high visa rejection rates, it's coming from a place of fear. And
Right.
solving that fear is by success rates, right? When you tell someone, for example, like right now, what people have been doing a lot today is technician. Everybody wants to jack off for technician, right? But one of the things that people are using to sell with their agencies is, oh, we have a 98% success rate. Whether or
Right.
not they'll go ahead to go and scam me later is different, but the success
Yeah.
rate and the success stories already is the first draw. And because you already have the market, people are moving every single day. So you're not even in lack of people. You already have like a valid case. So the success stories, even off the platform, before you even develop the application, already on its own would be the huge seller for you. That is one. The second thing I wanted to mention is in terms of like your strategy. I know you talked about a freemium model, a premium model. I think if I were to do this, I think I would do this differently. And this is one of the reasons why it's very important to contextualize your audience. You're focusing on people. Can you go to your personas, please? I actually wish I could see all your personas on one screen, but let's go to your personas. Your personas are focused on students, focused on so the people that you're focusing on are not people that are trying to find. They're people that are ready to go. They just need a hand holding to get there. So they are not in doubt or in want. They are ready, which means that you already have like ready to buy customers, right? So in my head, if I was going to approach this is not really a premium approach. This is more like it's a pay as you go, and I will level this. And again, I'm contextualizing to the people that you're focusing on, right? You are ready to go, which means that when I come to you, I just need to know that you can deliver value for me. I need to see what you have done before. I need to see that you have an understanding and you have in fact, you're bragging about your team. You have a team of people who have either worked maybe like in the US embassy, whatever. You have helped if you people have like a 90% success rate, even if you've only done for 10 people and you go for 9, that's already 90% success rate. So when I'm coming to you, I'm coming to you for value, which means I'm coming ready to pay, which means that the very first thing is that comes to mind for me is it's a pay as you go, literally, because I'm coming to you ready to go. That is one, right? Which means that in terms of like trying to get people in, when you start with a community approach, it sounds like you're not really sure about what you want to offer and the value you can provide. You already have very strong points on what makes you valuable, which means that stepping forward with a pay as you go because of the context of your users makes it make sense, right? Now, the way I would have done is I would have switched the community to a retention strategy. And let me tell you why. Can you go to your screen that has the community and has all the things you want to provide for them? And I'm not gonna tell you what I feel. I'm gonna tell you like with examples to back it. The reason why I would use the community, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I would use community as a retention strategy, and again, we'll still talk about the subscription and all of that. The reason why I use the community, the screen that talks about the guides, the local, all those information.
I see. Okay,
There's a
might be
screen that
further
talks
up.
about, yeah, I think it's under your but anyway, under that community, you listed what you want to provide for them. You talked about giving guides, giving travel information, all of those. All I think I would use that as a retention, and this is the reason why. Positioning that as the opening of your funnel at the very beginning. The reason why I find that problematic is because today on Instagram, every single place you already have that existing. You have creators on social media everywhere that are providing that that information and that support for free, right? Like that is already like widespread, right? You only have to be following these people, or you only have to be, on YouTube or any or ChatGPT. You already have that, right? So that is the reason why I'm like, opening up with that is not going to give you any value. How I will use that as a retention is, imagine after you have paid for stuff, I've fulfilled on my brand promise, I've gotten into America, and you're there with your family, right? One of the first things is that when people relocate, there is this place feels very strange. It feels like there's a huge disconnect because they don't know how to get an account. They don't know how to get, they don't know what communities to belong into. They don't know where to get food from. There's a huge gap. And I think that this is one of the places where that plus really comes in. We're not going to send you and leave you. We're going to send you and anchor you.
Mhm.
And at that point, I want to use that community to anchor you, right? And this is one of the reasons why this is one of the places where your partnership comes in, because you're partnering with people. There are layers to partnership, really, and I think partnership is one of the things that will get you wherever you want to get faster. But in terms of like, let's move to the retention, and when they get there, we're already partnered with people, and this is one of the things I even said to your part. We're not just going to send you like agencies will send you. We'll send you and anchor you. We're partnered with people that will help you get a bank account. They'll tell you what are the best areas to get houses. They'll tell you how not to fall into debt, right? And with that community, because there's so much you're offering them, from even down to food, down to where to live, down to credit, down to bank, everything, they'll be willing to pay you a subscription for that, right? Even connecting them to other people that are in there. Trust me, and there's services available for that. That in itself will make them want to jump. Because when you think about subscription means that there's a plan for retention. And retention means that you're providing value on a continuous basis. Hence why putting the community as your plus and as retention. And in fact, one of the things that makes it very brilliant is because at the point when you have a community that you are using for retention, to me, what happens is that you're switching from naira to pounds. In Nigeria, whatever they paid you is in naira. You are potentially even 2xing the revenue you can get, because at the point when they begin to pay you a subscription for wherever, they most likely will be paying you in an entirely different currency, which opens up more money for you guys, right? So that's how I would think about it. One is that when people are coming to you, it's not I'm trying to surf. When people want to surf, they surf on Instagram. And there are enough people who are giving them the data that you want to give them for free. Instead, I would say, as you're coming, you're giving them value, showing them your success stories, showing them the strong team that you have, who have their experience, and they're getting the value that they're paying for. And when they get there, you're anchoring them with your plus, which means that we're not going to leave you alone. We're going to give you a solid place. We're going to give you a solid platform so that you integrate into society very, very quickly. The last thing I'm going to just say is that I wish that you spent more time on how the product is going to function, because that really is the essence of being in this bootcamp, right? The marketing, and because you can be in some institutions really where, while even though you are the PM and you've done your research, you have somebody who's going to like really deep dive into that for you and make like a business and a market case for you. You most likely might even have somebody who will head like how you want to go to market and create that strategy for you. But in terms of how your product is going to even function and how it's going to work, I'm not, you have not really sold that to me. And one of the reasons why I really even agree, Kubera talked about AI. AI is such a word that people throw around so loosely, right? But in terms of like of how your product is going to work, and like you said, what the roadmap is going to look like, I wasn't really sold on that, right? So I think I would have loved if you guys really deep dived into that, like fleshing out the product a bit more. That would have been great. And because you're on this screen, I'm just going to say that this is very passive, and we don't have to talk about it. But I feel like selecting your preferred destination, I don't think you need to have that screen there, right? Particularly because the goal is more important than where they're going, right? Because sometimes some people think that they want to study and they want to work, and they think that UK is the best place, only to realize that they see benefits, right? That Canada or Germany is better, right? So you might want to move that barrier and put like the goal first before you then introduce the country later on. That's just like by the side. But I think that you guys do like very, very brilliant work that is very impressive. And again, what I shared is just my own thoughts and my own perspective on what execution can look like. But I love what you have presented. So well done, Unyime. Fantastic work. Well done, John. Well done, Timshi. Well done, guys. Hi, Unyime. Yes, you have your hands raised up.
Yes, I have a question for you.
Please.
Okay, so I think also what the judge also spoke about the retention strategy, and they
Mhm.
also mentioned that too. So I just wanted to ask, would it be right to include, like you said, word of mouth, the review, like a section on the product also that has to do with word of mouth reviews, like people already testifying to the fact that
Yes,
this
brilliant.
works.
Fantastic. I said fantastic, yes.
Okay, so on what slide would that come in after the competitive analysis before the
No,
next one?
you're talking about putting that in the presentation.
Yes.
Oh, I was
No,
just
no,
even
no, no, not on the presentation, like this products now.
Mhm.
If we're on this particular product now, at what stage, or do I
Oh,
say what
oh,
page
okay.
would that come in?
Oh yeah. So you remember I said before that when you're thinking about how to solve for a problem,
Mm-hmm.
think about the simplest ways to solve for it, right? And we understand that one of the reasons why people are doing this and using agents is because they have like a fear of failure, and we're getting our success stories, right? What we can do would be that your success stories can be on your social media, right? Even before you launch a product, for example, you can have like an opener. So your success stories can even be on your social media before you launch. It can be on your website as well, right? It can even be when in fact at the point when you even launch the product, like even within the product, you can have success stories like within the application. Whether it's I don't know whether it's a web or mobile app, you can have it integrated there, both video and text, right? But I'm just saying that you can have those success stories even before you begin to even develop the application. So you have them ready and set, and then they become like a marketing tool that you use in the application and on platforms.
Okay, so it would also be nice to add like the plus aspects, yeah.
You
When
are you having plans of develop? Because the way you're talking, it sounds like you have plans of. Because if you do, it's brilliant actually. But continue. Sorry.
okay,
Continue.
so aside the social media platform now, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
still on the product,
Mm-hmm.
when after being launched, and then there's one maybe family or whoever has already migrated
Mm-hmm.
your brand. So would there be a place where we have to give the feedback, you know, on the
You,
product?
you mean like to include the success stories inside your product, inside your app?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, why not? You can fully do that. Yes, both in whether it is long form videos, short form videos, text based reviews. Yes, you can. Why not? That's one of the ways you even drive the trust that you know we talked about and Kubrat had talked about. That's one of the ways you can actually drive that trust. So yes,
Okay.
good thinking, good question. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the for the comment. It's great. I think one of the drawbacks for us was that there was not a lot of time to actually flesh this out the way we would have loved to. I mean, 15 minutes goes by really, really fast. And I think you made a very good comment on the plus aspect and how to, the retention strategy as well. But
Timshi,
the way we
you did well in fact you did well for 15 minutes. You did over and above for 15 minutes. The comments that we have given are by the side. You guys have done well a for a capstone project with this quality. You don't have to explain yourself. You've done fantastic.
Mhm.
Like this is just other things because that's our responsibility here to just
Right,
talk about things that you haven't talked about. But this is solid. There's no taking
right.
away from that. Yeah.
Uh, awesome, awesome. The way we were thinking about this initially as well was, out of like from pulling from personal experience as well, especially because I literally lived this phase. Right. So from, trying to choose between going through an agent or, doing things myself, I ended up doing things myself. Right. But the major problem for me was even with those agents that claim they have those success stories, I
Mm-hmm.
still don't trust them.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I don't trust them is because I don't have someone literally that I know that I've actually used them. And the minute I actually use an agent and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a success,
Mm-hmm.
that's a to me, that's a scam because I've just spent 1.5 million naira on this guy just to submit a document to. Like, we all know they don't do anything that serious, right? But then they would claim, yeah, they can do it. So you kind of feel scammy when you say something you really can't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't guarantee, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
where the scam aspect comes out. And because it's such a sensitive topic in quote, and also because of the high the kind of money you put into it just for some kind of little work, a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
attribute it to scam. At least in my
Mm-hmm.
own personal experience. Like I'm not about to give 1.5 million naira to somebody and you just
Mm-hmm.
give me you just tell me, oh, it's out of my hands, right? I need it to actually I
Yeah.
need it to work. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how we were thinking about it, and that's the kind
Oh,
of
I
structure we
agree.
just
Oh, I agree with
yeah.
you. And the reason in fact, that is very good thinking. And that's why, one of the reasons why when you're doing like products, they would ask you, and you're doing like your conversations and you're having like your empathy map and you're having like these open-ended questions with your customers or your potential customers, right? Or users rather. You always talk about asking the 5 whys, right? And the 5 whys is an
Right.
approach that takes you to the root cause, right? So and the scam is very valid, but there's a reason why you're going to an agent to help you, right? So
Uh-huh.
and that's the reason why you come in, and that's why your presentation is very good because you want to solve for each of those layers, solve for the fear of failing, solve for the scam, solve for the other things that you mentioned. So yeah,
Right.
very good
Well,
job.
thank you so much.
Yeah, well done.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone, for the very detailed feedback. And thank you to Tumishi, John, and Ume. This actually turned out to be a question and answer session. All right, so moving on. Moving on, I'm going to be calling on the next team to present. That is Team Wagme. Hi, Team Wagme. Are you ready? Please be able to spin the wheel again because we have 18 minutes. So are you ready? And who is going to be presenting for your team?
Yeah, I think we're ready. And I'll be presenting for Team Wagme.
All right, so please just let me know when you're ready. I want to set up the timer and would like to see your face. Videos are supposed to be on. Is that fine? Let me know when you're ready.
All right, so can you see my screen? So I haven't used Zoom Share before. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I won't be able to share turn on my camera. I didn't prepare
Yes,
for
what
that.
is your reason now? There has to be a very valid reason.
I didn't prepare for that basically. Yeah. If I planned for that, I'll use a different PC. So today I'll be introducing you to Beep. Good day, everyone, and yeah, today I'll be introducing you to Beep. My name is Adams Tokwe, and I'm representing Team Wagme. So about Beep. Beep basically is powering the future of advertising, right? So at the point where we gathered to talk about our case study product, right? We decided to go into the area of advertising, right? And yeah, this is like a table of content, and I'm just going to drive straight into the statistics, right? Yeah, so basically we are solving the issue in that has to do with advertising and marketing, right? And we want to solve this through, and BP solving this through SMS marketing, right? So SMS marketing, a quick introduction to that, it's basically targeted marketing, or SMS marketing is basically a new technology in the advertising industry. And there isn't so much competition on this. There is a conventional method to tackle this, which is searching for a telco and going through a very long process to get this done, right? But we plan to interface with, we plan to use, we plan to be like to use the APIs provided from telcos to solve this issue. And in a few minutes, I'll be running you through how we plan to do that. Just to get into the statistics this up. So yeah. All right, so this is basically the statistics talking about the conversion rates of SMS campaigns, emails, Facebook, and Google Ads. And yeah, we have 20 SMS campaigns being 29% higher, getting the message. Conversion rates for people to eventually buy were higher than email, Facebook ad, and Google ads. And the breakdown of the global advertising growth over the years, as of 2024, the advertising industry was valued at was valued as $998.8 billion in 2024, and as of 2025, it's projected to be 1.1 trillion. And we basically aim to capture a very high share of that. So here is like the here is the statistics talking about the smartphone usage. As of early 2025 in Nigeria, the population is about 233.4 million, and 73 of this percentage own mobile phones, and 99 of these people are within the age of 16 to 64, which have the highest purchasing power. The 99.5% of them own phones, and 99.2% of them own smartphones. The smartphone usage in Africa is expected to get to 50%, 50% as of this year, right? And okay, hold on, sorry. Oh, God. Sorry about this. I don't really. Can you still see my screen? Can you still see
Yes.
my screen, please?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So, hold on. SMS. These are like the power of SMS, right? And from here, from our research, we found out that this is basically secondary research, and we found out that 25% of people appointment management, 25 SMS reduces missed appointments by 25%. 81% of people keep their phones within reach 24/7. 90% of SMS messages are opened within 3 minutes, and SMS have a higher percentage of open rates. And daily, SMS reaches 5.5 billion people. These are basically comparisons of SMS to email. SMS has 4.1 times a higher response rate than emails, and has 19% higher click-through rate than emails. This was taken from our internal research, our primary research, where we found out that this basically helped us to understand the pain points of our users. And from this, we understood that the pain points were basically cost, targeting issues, and engagement issues, right? And from this sentiment score, we understood that these are not really like the users have a way of like users are there's currently a system that users use, right? But then it doesn't really pose as a problem, but then they can opt for a better solution, right? And that's where Beep coming. So after continuing research, we discovered that business owners have issues with low engagement. After putting out an expensive ad, the engagement is either low or the advertisement is not reaching who they really wanted to reach. And Beep is proposing the solution to provide a streamlined and cost-effective user-friendly SMS marketing process whereby whereby business owners or business owners and marketers can target who they want directly when they want um, and get through to them. Now, so this is our SWOT analysis. So can you see my screen? This is recent to come. Okay. Yeah, this is our strengths. This is our SWOT analysis. So for Beep, our strengths are it's an emerging technology. It's not a technology known across. It's an emerging technology. It's very very cost effective. It has a wide range for advertisements, and it has improved audience targeting. Our weaknesses are it depends on the API source. These are the telco operators. Network availability in cases where network might be bad, you might not be able to get your message across to the 100% target you want to. Maybe like a 0.5% error would be seen, which and also can be rectified, but it's just like a different, it's like a step, like a different hassle. But then, oh, sorry about that. Unable to guarantee the customer conversion because still it's basically very new and there's still a lot of work going on it. And another weakness is from our research, we found that people like have negative concerns, and these negative concerns revolve around SMS being there for too long. People don't know really gather engagement that they are searching for. Our opportunities are like the first in Africa, and okay, yeah, and integration with emerging technologies, AI. There's a plan for that. Briefly on that going forward. So threats, the emerging competitions, government policies, and potential SMS adverts competitions. Our competitors were basically indirect. We have Instagram and we have Intuit. Instagram, the popular social media, and Intuit, an SMS, an email marketing platform, right? So if there's more time, I'll have to come back to this. Our user persona, straight to our user persona, this is who we are building for. So here we have Mr. Adams, who enjoys networking as a way to showcase his business. He's a small business owner. His goal is to grow his business, to find convenient and affordable ways to get customers. His needs is in search of new ways to expand his current customer base, looking for an affordable way to get his message across to potential buyers. And we also have Miss Catherine. She's a marketing expert, and Miss B is obligated to reach the company's target audience. She's definitely always researching ways to be the best in her profession, and she sets new targets and tries to beat them every single month. Her goal is to attain her monthly targets and to be an industry leader and to also increase her company revenue. And also her needs here are, she needs a seamless way basically to reach the target audience, and she wants to reach the internet audience fast and without having to spend much money to enable her to achieve her goals. And our for our business model canvas, I have our key partners to be the business owners, marketers, telco operators, and payment gateway providers, and also the admin team. Our key features are targeted advertising, analytic reports, our key activities rather, targeted advertising and analytic reports. Value proposition goes affordable pricing, streamlined advertising, and a wide reach. Customer relationship, we are relating directly with the business owners, marketers, tech operators, the payment gateway, and the admin team, same as our key partners. Our customer segments are business customers, business consumers and businesses of various sectors, also SMEs. Our channel is, we are going strictly web first. The cost is fixed, variable, the marketing and wide reach. Yeah, those are what where we are going to incur some costs. Revenue streams are sales of the SMS. And our pricing model basically is straightforward and it's very easy to understand. It's a usage-based pricing model. So telcos charge 3.5 naira flat rate per SMS, but Beep charge an extra 0.5 naira on each SMS as a service charge, as a way to cover for expenses and pay for company processes and all of that. Our features, signing, analytics and reports, campaign, unified dashboard, payment page, target audience, that's selection of demographic, and history page, wallets and KYC and customer support. So taking straight into how this works, we have a create campaign. For our create campaign feature, this is like a low fidelity mockup of what it's going to look like, right? So on the create campaign feature, you have the option to create it, like you can select, add the campaign name, you can schedule your campaign and select the demography. So you select an age, gender, location, and spending range, and you can target directly to these people through the direct SMS marketing, where you can set in your message and insert an image if necessary. You also have an analytic and report page where you can see the amount of delivered message and field message, click-through rate, the SMS click-through rate, the particular age that engages with your ad more, the devices and the gender, just to help Mrs. Catherine to understand her business better, to understand her target audience and create more data-driven adverts and business decisions. And there's a history page where you can go, we have a rundown of ads since previous times, and you can check out the analytics on each of them. Yeah, we have a sign in and login page to create security for our users. We also have a KYC or KYB, know your business, to help meet compliance and regulatory bodies. Login page also for security. And there's a wallet page. We decided to go with the wallets as a form of retention, where you can fund your wallet either by a debit card, or you have a virtual account where you could fund your wallet, and from your wallet you can create ads, easier to manage and all of that. So we have a unified dashboard also, where once the user comes on the unified dashboard, right, he can get details, an overview of everything that's going on, and he can, like, with just a glance, he can understand how his ad is doing. Our marketing strategy, our go-to-market, we plan to go cold emailing, scout for email addresses of key decision makers of different companies. I reach out to them, book a session, and onboard them and all of that. We also have events and news, showcasing through events and news, social media marketing, outdoor advertising, and SEO engineering. Our roadmap is pretty straightforward. We don't have so much. This is the bare bone of what we are building. Then for a seamless way to go to market, right? And we plan to build over the course of 6 months, from January to May, and deploy as of May. Our vision statement is to empower businesses of all sides to connect meaningfully with their target audience through innovative, compliant, and ethical marketing solutions. By leveraging the cutting-edge technology and commitment to transparency, we are aiming to revolutionize the the communication, revolutionize communication, driving growth for businesses while respecting privacy and preference of every individual. And I'm just going to end this slide with a quote from Gilbert Blackson, the CEO of Sumudi. If you are running a small business and you aren't sending SMS messages, an introduction of our team, from top left to bottom right. I took this from Treford. Yeah, we have myself, Adam Stockwell, Anthony Evimo, Favor Wanze, and Ugugu Wachuku. Yeah, that's the end. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you, Adams.
You're welcome.
So I, Kubrat, and I, everyone. Please, do we have questions and feedback would like to share with Team Admin?
Let's see. Okay, well done, team. Nice work. Yeah, I think it's a valid proposition as well. However, I have a couple of questions. A lot of them actually, and I have some comments afterwards, but I would like for you to answer some of the questions I have. Then I'll give you some insights that I think might also help to, improve what you have and sort of differentiate you. And that brings me to my first question around differentiation. So I see what you're trying to do, and believe me, a whole lot of businesses, right, currently do this, even within the context of like Nigerian markets. So I have a question around what is your USP, right? What is that unique value proposition that you're bringing that will make these businesses to choose you over your competitors? I think I don't know if you guys captured that and I missed it or something, but I didn't get to see anything around your competitive analysis, like who are your competitors, right? Direct competitors, and how do you plan to stand out? So just take that first before I move forward.
All right. So our competitors here are our direct competitors. We don't have a direct competitor because it's still like a very new technology, but we have though are indirect competitors, right? And this is because they aren't using the same process that we are using. Yes, Instagram provides advertising an advertising service, an advertising feature, right? But then it doesn't capture everyone the way we want to capture it. We want to capture the audience, and we also have Intuit, where is like Intuit Mailchimp, right? You could use email marketing to sell your product, but then it's still limited because emails emails don't get enough conversion rates. And for Instagram, not everyone is actively online on Instagram at the time which your ad is supposed to reach them. Let's say your target audience, your potential buyer uses Instagram and you publish an ad on Instagram, right? It doesn't, and in the case where the probability where this user is not actively online and the ad is supposed to run over a certain period of time, and this user isn't online, you stand the chance of missing this particular potential buyer. And that's where Beep comes in. Beep targets every single person. It targets it captures your market, your target audience, regardless of internet access or location. It targets everyone when you want it to.
Okay, Kubrat, just to add,
All right,
just to add to what you said. Good morning, Kubrat. Yes, so the Beep was actually conceived due to the harsh economic environment, because we are experiencing inflation and austerity times. So the idea of Beep was to find the cheapest and seamless possible way to drive advertising. So we noticed that the vast majority of our SMEs are not tech savvy like that, and they want to actually reach to these customers, and they don't usually adopt the strategy of actually advertising. So what BIP was actually going to do, or is actually going to do, is to make this actually easy for them, because most of this demography, they don't actually go to the Instagrams to watch their news, the ad or anything, but they are used to their phone, whether smart or not, they get those SMSs. And most people, whether you like it or not, Nigerians, the vast majority of us are not connected to the internet. And yes, even the younger generations, even people in the remote areas. So we want to actually reach these people. So that was where the idea of BIP came in. It's actually a B2B, B2C, whereby the customer can actually reach to their partner businessmen or other businesses just through SMS. And just from the statistics Adam showed you on the slide, SMSs have better click-through rates and they have better conversion rates than email and every other approach. Yes. So that was actually the idea of the cheapest and a more seamless way of advertising to get to the populace due to austerity and inflation. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ogo. I think that now brings me to my comments, right? First off, SMS is not the cheapest form of communication. It's not, in fact, it's not cheap at all, like for businesses, right? And this is coming from the angle of me having handled different kinds of messaging in the past. So I know for a fact that SMS is not cheap. If you are looking for cheap, like for businesses looking for cheap targeted messaging to their customers, that would be email and some other forms of communication. SMS is costly. And I have a question around how like for you guys on how you want to navigate that. And I have some suggestions in that light. But just for context, SMS is not cheap. In addition to that, I think with regards to your user research, you need to do a bit more work, especially if you are looking to develop this solution or even flesh out your pitch, right? The landscape is not just Instagram. There are direct competitors right here in Nigeria that already offer this service. I know a number of them because I have a number of them as my merchants on the product I currently handle, right? There is the Bulk SMS Nigeria, Kudi has something too. There is Multi-Texter, a whole lot of them, Pro-Texting, a lot of them, a whole lot of them actually, that offer this service, SMS messaging. So you might want to look within inwards and look at these people, what you're doing, and develop or use that research to sort of, flesh out how you can stand out. And in terms of standing out, I think I personally have a number of ideas that I think you guys can do. Yeah, we are in the era of automation, right? There are a lot of AI thingy going around. AI can also be very useful when it comes to SMS messaging. While your direct integration is with the telcos, right? And all of that, there are also some APIs that you can use, right? Riding off, that you can actually ride off to sort of bring this product to the market on and off the telco service. That's one. A couple of them that you can check out. I think another thing you can do where automation can come in, which might actually differentiate you in the long run from these other players that I mentioned earlier, is to sort of automate and you group users. So there's all this geolocation thingy around how like segmenting your customers by location to know how to group users based on their location, their engagement. There's also the part of predictive analysis, right? Where you can anticipate customers' needs. And this is a value proposition that you can actually incorporate into this product to make it better, especially looking at how sort of saturated the landscape is in terms of SMS marketing. So if you incorporate into that your dashboard, you can go to that flow place where you have your flow chart, right? Where in that part where they just come to the dashboard to create campaigns and everything, you can also have a feature that allows them to like sort of get predictive analysis, leveraging your AI tool or your AI engine, right? Anticipate, they have target markets based on the businesses you're signing up. You can use your AI tool to get these customers' needs, right? Anticipate their needs and sort of churn out predictive analysis around what they would need from that your business that you have onboarded. So these are some of the ways that you can think around this. There's also the automation part where allows you to sort of know the best time to send out messages. So today people just blast out messages to people. Believe me, some people are more active at night on their phone than they are during the day. For example, I myself, we used this recently in a campaign that I worked on, right, for my products, and it worked. In fact, the insights we got was mind-blowing. We found out that the time that majority of our own target market, right, our users are most active was around 11 p.m. in the nights. It was insane. We found that out, and that was because we were able to, you know, analyze customers' behavior to know the best time to send out this messaging. And when that happened, we started sending out messages around that 11, between 10:30 and 11 p.m. And we got massive conversion, which means that these people are actually active at that time. That validated, right, the insight we got. So these are some of the things that you can do to, you know, sort of position your own product better. Believe me, this is a known service, right? So that's it. I also think that with regards to market validation, you can do more work, like talking to the actual business owners. So you did a good job of the research, right? Seeing that the SMS market is huge. It has more response rates and everything more than the other email. There's also that connectivity limitation on the other part of messaging. Yeah, fine and correct. SMS reaches wider audience. You can be in the village where you have very low network coverage and everything, and you still be able to get an SMS, right? And then you can be using a feature phone and not on any smartphone, and you still be reached. So yeah, that is very valid. While you have done a good work around that research part, I think there is also that part that is missing around market validation. You need to go out there, talk to your direct users, right? You develop your persona. You can optimize it with the feedback that you will get from the market, right? From these real business owners, SMEs. Talk to them, and then you'll be able to validate and know even how to position this product better with regards to what I mentioned. I think and the last question I have for you people is around so I'll ask a question and I'll make a comment. So around your monetization strategy, I see this go beyond just charging 4 naira SMS and making it 0.5 naira on SMS, right? Believe me, that's not a lot of money in Nigeria, even if you have millions of users. So have you guys thought about alternative revenue streams or other monetization strategy for these products?
All right, so about that, we basically just focused on a pay-as-you-go service, a pay as you use. We didn't look into other monetization strategies.
Yeah, well, it might be good to look at, right? Especially if you guys are like looking at this. So for SMS, right, we all know this is like the normal traditional revenue stream where you just send out the SMS, make a cut, right? And from my own experience, telcos are very greedy. You know, this SMS thingy used to be less than 1 naira coming from telco, this 3.5. I was actively working on some products, right, that has to do with targeted comms, WhatsApp messaging. It was like for transactions, but it had the messaging part, right? At that time, the SMS what's it called? Cost from telco was less than 1 naira. Then they increased it, I think, to that 3.5 that it is now. Just like that, anything can happen like that at different points in time that will disrupt your stream. And that's why you need to diversify your revenue streams, right? That's one. If you are able to reposition these products or add additional features like the AI tool thingy, predictive analysis, and all those stuff, you might be able to position this for your users in terms of subscription-based products, right? Or even per use basis. However, you validate the market and you'll be able to get more information on the best approach to take. But there are also different streams that you can leverage, but you just need to like let them see that value that you're bringing to the table. If I'm telling you that your traditional SMS marketing partners give you this one, and I am giving you this one in addition to predictive analysis for you to know the kind of customers to target, kind of messaging to give to them. I'm giving you a lot of other things, right? In addition to that, maybe some automated workflow, right? Workflows where you can send automated reminders right from the dashboard for your campaign. You can send follow-ups, or even like a two-way communication approach, right? Where you turn off the no reply and then they're able to get direct feedback from their customers. When you add all these features, you can actually get these users to subscribe to that other service, right? And go pro or something, or make them pay as they use these other services. So it's also good for you to, you know, think in that light. And yeah, I think that will be it for now. I have another question, but it's not coming to my head right now. So I'll allow everyone to go, and maybe if it comes. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm anticipating your question.
Hi, everyone.
Sorry, I'm always trying to find the mic. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, to be honest, I think on this one, I'm not even going to overflog it. I think that Kurat has asked like a lot of very detailed questions that they need to think about. You know, I think at the very beginning I was a bit lost about what they were trying to solve for. Particularly because I know that it was the analytics that came first, which I understand the approach, but you know, but I'd gone back and I'd seen exactly what, you know, the team is trying to solve for. So I think my only question, because I don't want to have to repeat the things that, you know, Kurat has already mentioned, I think I'm just going to ask about your roadmap, right? Because for some reason, the roadmap looks like a development plan. Because I think that all of those features, going by what I can say, I think all of those features that I'm saying are all the features for your MVP, because I don't even see how, like, all the features I can see are all required for like your MVP, from payments to login. So it looks sort of, yeah, it's like a development like road, rather than like product roadmap, in terms of like incremental features and incremental, you know, incremental growth. So I think maybe your team had like a misunderstanding on how to execute that. Because the essence of the roadmap is, this is where we're at, this is where we want to get to, how we're going to get there, right? Because that then also shows like in terms of like scalability for the product. So that's the only thing I'm just going to raise that, you know, isn't very, very clear. But yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. So, Kurat, you now have the question. You'd like to
No, it's not for me. It's okay, yeah. I think it was around on the road mapping and feature development, right? Ebon has asked a part of it, so that's sort of joggled my memory. So I had a question around the testing, right? A/B testing. So there are some limitations of SMS marketing, especially in regards to lengthening. So there is a limit to the number of characters and all those kind of downsides, right? So you might want to develop some sort of A/B testing approach to test the different messaging formats, right? When you are developing your features, test different kind of CTAs and all of that. So yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Kubrat. So hi, Anthony, and who else is in your team? Wajuku, you have like a comment like to like share?
No, I think
Like any contributions to what Adams has said?
Okay,
no,
so can anyone hear me?
we're in tandem with Adams. So
Who is speaking? We can't.
It's Adams. Sorry, my internet went off.
Okay, yes. So I was asking Nwachukwu and Anthony if they had any contributions to what's said.
Okay. So before that, I wanted to just talk about the roadmap that Evan talked about, right? It's a development roadmap. Yes, you're right. It's not more of like a feature roadmap. So we considered some of the features that Kubrat mentioned. We considered some of them, but then we decided to just build what is little and what we can deliver effectively and fastest for our potential users. So we went for just these basic features, giving them an analytic and also a way to reach their market faster and cost effective. Though I'm learning now that it's not the best cost effective method, but from our research we found that we concluded that that would be our cost effective method, but we need to do more research. That is noted. So yeah, back to the roadmap. It's just a development roadmap. We just plan to ship what's little, put it in the hands of our users, and try to expand on our services. Yeah, and also we consider the AI thing, but we're thinking about using it for like so when you set your demographic here and you type in your message, it helps you set the tone right for your target audience. Your target audience might be a 70-year-old yeah, is a 70-year-old person, and you can't be sending a message that for a 17-year-old. Yeah, so we considered that, but we just put all those at the side and went for the MVP.
All right, Adams. Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you.
Okay,
Right,
I think
Kubrat.
we have a question. Hi, Kubrat. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Adams. I just wanted to respond to his so I think yeah, for presentations or even for you when you're planning to develop a product, it's very important to have that overarching vision, right, and strategy for the product, right? What this does is it allows you to see beyond the MVP, right? Beyond where you are. Yes, you start with the MVP, it's fine, but it's good to, have all those things documented so you know what the end goal is and where you're going to, right? So it helps. It even helps to elicit, some more features, right? To position your product when you know where you're going to. So just to mention. But yeah, well done to the team.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate the feedbacks, and I really appreciate all the feedbacks and the work we've done. I really appreciate this. Thank you very much.
All right, so do we have any questions, feedback, comments for Timwagmi again? I move on.
Oh, sorry, Kubrat, you said you would have a question for us. I'm still expecting the question. I want to learn from that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Adams. I think I already made that in form of the comment, so it's fine.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, so please do you have any comments, questions, or feedback? Team Titans, you can also ask a question. Comments, feedback. All right, so thank you so much, Adams, Team Admin, for this presentation. Right, so I'm going to move on. Next is right, so I'm going to share my screen. But I could write an Hebron. I really can't see the marks for admin.
Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Right. Just going to wait for our viewers to, they are fine now. Adams, you can stop sharing. Thank you. Hi, Adams, you can stop sharing your screen.
Oh, I didn't know I was still sharing. Let me see. No, I'm not seeing the stop sharing thing here because of my internet. I'll just leave and join back.
Waiting. Final points. Okay, so I'll wait for our judges. Hi, Tumishe. I'm going to be dropping a link to the feedback form where you can share your feedback. Because earlier on, we started the session, made some, comments. So I'm going to, advise you to just share your feedback on that form.
All right, for sure. That's fine.
What did you say?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that.
All right. Thank you. So I, judges, are we ready?
Yeah, I believe we are.
Yeah.
Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, coming up. So now.
All right. Okay. So we're supposed to have three, judges today, but apparently I wasn't able to join them. So from Kubrat, they have 46 points for Team Titans, then 47 Hebron. Then Team Wagme, they have 39 points from Kubrat and 7 points from Hebron. So without any further ado, we can actually see the total average here, and we can see the team first. Yeah. So I think it's be going to Team Titans. Congratulations to Titans. All done and a very awesome presentation.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Excited voice, hi, Rime, John.
Hi, Missy.
Hi, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, all right. So thank you so much to our judges for taking our time to join us today. Thank you for the still hear me.